The pitch from Acevedo.
Swung on the line, down the left field line for a base hit.
Fly ball, gap, right center field. And
Double him up at second.
Luke is going back to the 1-8 track. Get out the right, run and Mustard grandma. It is grand salami time.
Polanco sends it in the right, and will send Seattle to the American League Championship Series for the first time in 24 years.
That's more like it. Mariners pick up a win playing very Mariners baseball on the back of their starting pitching. The injuries continue to pile up, but the Mariners pick up game one over the Orioles, are back home for another homestand with favorable matchups against the Orioles and the Red Sox this week. I'm Al Domingo Anderson, and thank you for joining me here on episode 169 of the Life the W podcast. Time of recording, Tuesday, June 16th, 10:46 p.m., and this is going to be a shorter episode. I don't have all the time to do all the prep. I was up in Everett tonight watching Johnny Farmello, Felnine Celestin, and Luke, future MVP Stevenson. But let's talk about the Mariners, and let's talk about what happened tonight. And where else is there to start other than the man, the myth, the legend, Logan Gilbert? There's a reason our expectations are high for this Mariners team. There's a reason our expectations are high for this rotation, this pitching staff. And it's because of outings like tonight. I didn't watch the game, but from all of the numbers, this was vintage. Logan Gilbert. 7 innings. Just 2 hits, a walk, just 1 run, 10 Ks, 31 called strike plus whiffs on 94 pitches. That's 33%. Got 37% of the time called strikes plus whiffs on the 4-seam fastball, a 36% whiff percentage on the 4-seam fastball, 12 whiffs on that out of 19 overall. He had the splitter, the slider, the changeup all working as well, getting whiffs on each one of those. But this is what the Mariners need. This is what we're talking about. The Piggyback's back, and Logan Gilbert shoved. He said, come hit my fastball, and he shoved it down the Orioles' throat. 57% 4-seam fastball tonight. He averages 33% on the season. But he said, I've got a good fastball. I'm averaging 95.7 miles an hour on it, up very slightly from my season average. And I'm going to make you go hit it. He threw it 63% of the time the first time through the order. Threw it 65% of the time the second time through the order, mixing in more of the changeup, more of the slider. And the third time through is where he started to mix in the splitter a little bit more. He changed his usages. He changed how he wanted to do it. He changed his approach inning to inning, to order through order, at bat to at bat. That's what it takes to be good. And that's why when you have your pitches working, and when you have an arsenal like Logan Gilbert has, if you have a fastball and a couple of your breaking balls, your off-speed pitches working, stuff like tonight can happen. This is why there have been the discussions of, should we extend Logan Gilbert? Should it be Gilbert or Kirby we extend? That's why those conversations have happened in the past. Because he's a guy that can go throw 7 complete innings, whether it's scoreless, 1 run, on a consistent basis. Now look, this is just 1 start. This is 1 out. But this is a step in the right direction. Build on. How can you take this outing today and say, there we go. That's my stuff. That's what I want to do. Here's my confidence. Whatever I did to prepare for myself for my start today, whatever I did differently, I got to do that again when I pitch later this weekend. I believe he should throw on Sunday. That is how this Mariners team is going to win games. Wins are going to come from good starting pitching, scraping across some runs, and having your bullpen be able to shut it down, close it out, throw 2-3 scoreless innings. That's it. That's the recipe to a Mariners win. That's what they just did. Beautiful, brilliant, exactly what the Mariners needed to do, exactly what I was hoping they would do. Now build on it. I'll be in the ballpark Wednesday. I'm hoping for more of that. But Edward Bizardo, he was good tonight. And Andres Munoz, again, didn't watch it. Sounded like it was a great outing. Threw mostly that four-seamer, but that slider did well. Just 3 swings against it. Got a called strike and a whiff on those swings. Great stuff. Brilliant stuff. Exactly what we need. Fastball. Averaged over 100 miles an hour. That's up 1.5 miles an hour on that four-seam fastball compared to this season. Averaging just 98.5 miles an hour. He averaged over 100 again. Good stuff. That is exactly what the Mariners need from Andres Munoz. If Munoz can be the guy we expect him to be, this team can go to the places they go. Ultimately, look, so far this season, the Mariners aren't where they want to be. We all know that. It's been because guys are underperforming in the rotation and in the bullpen, and in the lineup a little bit. It's been because of injuries. It's been because he's thrown a couple games away, whether that's the managers, the players, stuff like that. There are multiple reasons. And look, the injuries are part of it. And as injuries continue to pile up, like Randy Rosarena on the IL today. But J.P. Crawford, Cal Raleigh get back. Donovan, we're looking at probably 2-3 weeks away still. Sounds like he should have a rehab in 10, 12 days, something like that. Randy should be back later at the end of this week. Whenever those 10 days are up, probably the beginning of next week, actually. But the healthier their team gets, the more help some of these guys are going to get. The guys that have not had the opportunity to really go and thrive and really be able to have the lineup look what they want it to look like and have lineup protection around them. I'm talking about Julio. I'm talking about Naylor and Randy. I'm talking about all these guys, right? As guys start to come back, better it's going to be. Colt Emerson's been awesome. And he's now the Mariners shortstop. J.P. Crawford played third base for the first time tonight. Step in the right direction. Look, we're starting to see this next era of Mariners baseball start to mesh with this current era. And as that continues to happen, this team is just going to continue to go, continue to soar, continue to fly. Deadline's been something I've talked about very briefly, but those talks are going to start to ramp up here as we get towards the end of June, as we get into July. That's when those conversations are really going to ramp up. That's when we go, okay, these are the targets we want to go after. These are the things we're going to need. And I'm going to tell you right now, the Mariners need a high leverage reliever. They really, really do. I want to see them go chase that. I want to see them go do the things they need to do to shore up this roster, shore up this team, make sure this team is the best it can possibly be as they go chase a ring, a banner up in right field. And it starts with the starting rotation being what they need it to be. And the piggyback to me is the best way for them to be able to do that. I talked about why the piggyback needs to come back on past episodes. It's now back. It's a little bit funky the way they're doing it with different guys mixing in and who it's going to be with. They're going to let everybody sort of have their opportunity to do it, but it's going to allow arms to stay fresh. It's going to allow the bullpen to stay fresh. It's going to allow you to have built-in rest days for the bullpen. And I think it's going to give you a better shot to win as well. This is the best case scenario with the hand you've been dealt. It's what you needed to happen, right? Best opportunity. Now go take advantage of it, right? How can you now see this piggyback and say, let's do the best thing we can do with it? All right, that means how do we manage our bullpen now with the piggyback? First piggyback day is Friday. Okay, Andres Munoz, Edward Bizardo through tonight. Let's have them down on Wednesday, and then they can throw on Friday or on Thursday, and then they're down Friday. Like, these are the different things. You need to have you need to have a number of arms that you're able to sort of mix and mingle and use different guys on different days as much as possible. But having that built-in off day every 5-ish days is going to help. It's going to make this team better, and it's going to give you a better shot to win. go on a run, build a lead, beat the teams you're supposed to beat. That's something the Mariners have struggled with so far. Like I thought it was going to be a shorter episode. I'm not going to get into all kinds of all the different segments that we normally do on this Wednesday episode. And I will be back with you Friday. But before I get into that, I was up in Everett tonight. None of the guys really did a whole lot in terms of stuff to talk about, from Stevenson to Farmella to Felnine. But Felnine did put a couple good swings on the ball. It was a crazy game up there. I do recommend always going up to a game up in Everett. It's an awesome experience. You get really up close to these guys. You get to hear them. You get to see them. You get to, really understand what this grind looks like, what this development looks like to an extent, right? Get there early. Go watch them hit in the cage. What are they working on? What are they doing? How are they working on hitting the ball to the opposite field? Hit it up the middle. Smash it there. Like, what are the things that you see them working on, right? Because that gives you an idea of how these guys develop, how it takes that time. They're just not instantly major leaguers, right? It's the same thing with Tacoma. You can do similar things at Tacoma. But Everett especially is a place you should definitely go experience. It's really cool. This is the future of the Mariners. Whether they're going to be the guys on the team or whether they're going to be traded for other guys that are going to help this team. One way or another, this is the future. Embrace it. I'm going to leave you with that. Really short episode here on this Wednesday because I am short on time. Make sure you enjoy the World Cup. Make sure you enjoy Mariners baseball. Till next time, go Ents. Peace.